So glad to have you here again. And we're going to get right into it with our guest all the way again from the UK. We have today Jessica. Jessica, welcome.
Hello.
Yes. So now everybody has this thinking that England's always raining. It's always cloudy. Is that the case?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Although today there's a little bit of a sunshine happening.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to make a big deal over it, but I saw it.
Well, hey, if I lived there and it was always gray and there was sunshine, I might make a big deal of it too.
I know. But then you could jinx it, and then it would never reappear.
Oh yeah, don't want to do that.
No.
Well, awesome. I think it's great that people. The best thing about meeting people from different parts of the world is the fact that you get to hear different accents and people. It's just great, like accents, the way people look, the way people view things. You know,
Yeah.
those are really exciting. So today, one of the things we were talking about before this is some of the things that, particularly in your life, that have kind of come into, well, it dealt with your mom, you said. So could you expand on that? So as far as your mom goes, give us a little background.
So I am one of 3 children, and I'm the middle one. So I was always already doomed because middle child, like, it's the worst place to be.
So I hear.
And we will always talk about it too. And I think when I came along, I don't know what was happening when I came along, but for whatever reason, I didn't grow up with a really close bond with my mum. And don't get me wrong, like, I had a roof over my head, I had clothes, and I was fed, and I went to school. So those things, priority. I had everything that kind of the textbook says you should have, but I didn't have the nurture, like the affection, or in fact, as I talk about it and ramble, she's never said that she is proud of me, and I don't think I've been a massive failure. I'm sure I've done a couple of things that are quite cool. So things like that were missing, and it's not because she wasn't able to do those things. It's just, for me, it wasn't a thing. So yeah, that kind of sums it up, I think.
Okay, so that's kind of the background with that. Now you said it kind of has sort of affected. Obviously, something like that is going to affect somebody, and can for a very long time. I mean, just the development of a person from starting from a young age, you just grow, and when you don't have certain things, then it can affect. So, you said it affected you even into your career, you said?
Absolutely. I think that is what it's been in the background of absolutely everything I have ever done. And I'm able to say that now as I'm older, because I can reflect, and I've studied and, work in a field where these things are happening all the time. And we talk about like horrific circumstances for children that are neglected and physically abused, but the emotional side and the nurture side can still have such an incredible impact into how you develop we go through stages where our brains are developing and they're at crucial points of development. And if something is missing, then it changes the way we see the rest of the world as we grow. And those things don't become apparent until you find yourself in situations as you grow up and you think, why can I not get that right? So relationships, for example, if you've not experienced a loving, nurturing relationship, you're then not going to find that as you're older because you don't know really what you're looking for. So you end up with these huge red flags that are wafting around and you think, oh, they look nice. And off you go.
I like the color red.
Love the color red. So, but you're not going to know that that's an issue until you get there, and by which point it's a bit late and you're already in a bit of a mess. So it can be really difficult.
Now, what do you do for a living? And you said that you deal with that at times.
I am a behavioural psychologist for young people between the ages of 11 and 24.
Wow, that is cool.
I know, right?
That's really cool. Yeah, so, well, unfortunately, you can't diagnose me because I'm past 24. I'm only 27. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway,
no, that's stone. That's in weight.
Oh yeah. And it's the metric system.
It is the metric system.
So, okay, so that you've definitely seen things and dealt with things, and it just makes more sense. Now, personally for you, so, you know, the subject that everybody looks forward to in this podcast is the little things that matter the most to you. And in this case, what are some things that have helped you along the way to kind of just keep going and keep a more of a positive aspect where you can at times?
This is really tricky for me because I have so much to be thankful for, but I also know that I have, in my job, I've maybe neglected to think of the words. I've neglected to take a minute to look at the impact of things personally. So I get great satisfaction over seeing somebody else be okay, or hearing that somebody I've worked with has laughed or smiled or got into the college that they wanted to. And that is my feel good thing, but it's not really personal because it's, again, it's a deflection. So I would say that I'm going to really struggle to answer this question.
Well, it's okay because all this could be edited.
Thank God for that.
So you can take all the time you want, but
I think the reality is that we can become so wrapped up in the day-to-day, the 9 to 5, that we forget to express gratitude for the little things, which still doesn't really answer the question. but I feel like I did really well. I feel like I tried really hard. And so, with your permission, I'm going to make something up that I would recommend somebody else do to acknowledge the little things.
Okay,
and that is something really, really, really simple. So gratitude is such a precious thing that we forget to do all the time. And something that is super useful is to get, do you know Post-its?
Yeah.
Post-it notes, like sticky notes?
Yeah.
Get a stack of, they don't have to be Post-its, they could just be scrap pieces of paper, whatever you've got. And at the end of every single day, no matter what, write down something you've achieved or something that's made you feel good that day. So for me today would be waking up to the sunshine, because that made my day. So, and I smiled at that. So I would write down that I smiled at the sunshine. It could be that you got out of bed, which we all do, but some days we don't because the day is too hard. So we write down that you've got out of bed. Anything that you've achieved, you write down on a post-it and you stick it on your wall right next to your bed, so that in the morning when you wake up and you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders and you just can't do you today, you look and you see that yesterday I felt like that, but I still got out of bed, I smiled at the sunshine, I listened to my favorite song, or we've
really
got that
cool. Yeah.
reminder that we can still
Yeah.
do it. And they are little things, they are really little things. We're not putting on a post-it note that you've saved a guy or you put out a fire. They're just the little things that meant something to you throughout the day, and that constant reminder of achievement and happiness and positivity is a great way to not only reflect but to keep that momentum going.
That was beautiful. Beautifully said. It's really true. It's true.
Oh,
Go ahead.
don't put that don't put that
um,
in. I answered a question with words.
You did. It came out really good. And that's the thing. It's interesting to me that people, we get so busy and it's bogged down by so much happening that many people don't stay grateful. We take it for granted. You said it best. We take it for granted, and so therefore you can't recall. I mean, how many times have you? I mean, rhetorical question, but how many times have you heard somebody complain about something, but maybe just today's not a good day?
Yeah.
I mean, because yesterday was fine. And, there is a lot to be thankful for. Like you said, waking up every day, have a breath of fresh air or breath of air.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to be thankful for. Now, let me
Sure.
ask you this. You said that you came up with this suggestion pretty quickly. You came up with the suggestion to write it on Post-it notes pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Do you personally do this?
No.
Okay.
I mean, yes, I do. Always.
How did you come up with this, though?
So that is something that I would recommend somebody do. So I would, somebody who has got a lot of anxiety, who's never in the present. It's about being grounded and putting yourself in the present moment so that we're not missing anything. So for somebody who is constantly like a million miles ahead and just making really poor decisions and things like that, that's maybe like a resource that I would recommend they try to just ground themselves.
Have you thought of this before, or did it just come on the spur of the moment?
Oh no,
this is a good idea.
I use this. Yeah, it's like a tried and tested successful method.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
that I made it up originally. Like, it's my thing. I don't think anyone's
never
copyrighted
that's the first time
that
I've
idea.
ever heard that. No.
Wait, can we copyright it now?
Let's see. Hold on. Let me make another
Can we
copyright statement of Post-it notes.
Can we have something running along like, if this is unsuccessful, please do not.
Fordon Media does not want any part of this. Yeah, so that's good. I think that is very beneficial to people, to anybody of any walk of life, to keep that in mind. It's now for you. Okay, now we're gonna stop here as far as we're gonna keep the flow going, but I'll edit this part. But I mean, all right. So maybe elaborating more on that aspect. I don't think we have quite 20 minutes yet. I want to get around 20 minutes. Okay, so you mentioned that your mom, not having the nurturing
Hmm.
love that a normal, well, that most would hope to have from their mother figure in the house.
Hmm.
Um, how has that affected you since you also have uh, a child of your own,
I have two children.
children of your own?
Mm. Um, it has it has completely flipped on its head because I suffocate them with love and affection.
Mm,
That is the
okay.
truth. I'm yeah, and they are they know every single day that, like, if I ask them who loves you more than anything in the world, they will say that it's their mom. Or who is your number one biggest fan? It's
Mm,
always me, because I am. And
yeah.
I will drill that into them, because the thought of them ever feeling anything less than that absolutely rips me apart. So yeah, they are the absolute center of my world forever.
That's how it should be. I mean, I think every mother feels feels that way about their own.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And it could have gone the opposite way, because I always said I wouldn't have children until I had a Porsche, and I don't have a Porsche. And I have children, like something went wrong somewhere. um I ended up then feeling so, I think when I got a bit older and I realized that this isn't how it should be. Like, my grandma played a huge part in the nurture side for me. Like, she kind of swooped in, and like her warmth was so infectious, and that's what planted that seed for me. And thank goodness, like, I had her, because she showed me what love was, and how to be like a mother figure. So yeah, I guess it worked out okay, but then it could have gone the complete opposite way, and I could be driving around in a nice Porsche.
no, yeah,
I'm
that's
not.
true. What
I'm not.
color? What color though? Not red, I hope.
Not red. A black one.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I like yellow, but as a car, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
Don't know whether I'd want that attention.
yeah, that would definitely draw the attention. Yes. Yeah. Um, okay, so now lastly, just to leave it on a nice note,
Hmm.
behavioral behavioral psychologists,
Yes.
though you stated that it's certain ages you work with,
Hmm.
if you can base everything off of how we've interacted and everything here, could you tell me some things that you've noticed about me
Oh
just in this
yeah!
conversation?
Just
Just
in
in this
this
conversation. Yes.
conversation, that's difficult to do, just this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, because yeah, I know. I know.
I see, this is really putting me on the spot,
I
because
know, but I can edit this out. But I do. Take your time. Yeah, tell me what you.
it's very difficult based on just this conversation. Um, what do you want? Like, characteristics, or
your general observance, and maybe some conclusions you can kind of base it on. For example, how I use gestures, when I use gestures, the way I laugh. These are all things I'm sure you take into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now I'm sounding like I've done this before. Based on my experience with myself.
More.
It's like I would say I'm crazy.
I would say that although you portray and are very good at expressing positivity and what is this? Go life. I love life.
Oh
Kind of
yeah,
thing.
okay, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel that this energy is dwindling, and I feel that you therefore are trying to feed off other people to refill your own positivity tank, because maybe methods that previously worked on a personal level may not be as effective anymore, or maybe things have changed slightly in your environment, meaning that it's harder for you to get that energy for yourself. So you find by talking to loads of other people and exploring people and their stories and their lives, that maybe you would find some fulfillment from that. I don't even know where that came from.
I love the way you just expressed the ending there. Like,
What?
what is that even me?
That just all came out in a big blur.
Wow. Well, I'm just gonna say, never had somebody break me down like that before.
Wait, but
Words.
accurately or like way so off?
Yeah, you're either accurate or way off. Yeah, I would
Way
say
off.
the exact same thing you said. Because honestly, I think if you were to break most people down,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't admit things if they didn't feel. Well,
Yeah.
you have a measure of
Yeah.
pride. You have a measure of, you know, just not wanting to accept certain
Mm-hmm.
things.
Yeah, and that's a
Um,
protection thing.
oh, of
Everyone's
course,
entitled to protect their little safe space.
for sure, for sure, for sure. Is that who I really am? I guess we'll never know.
Find out next time.
Find
Dun,
out
dun,
next time on
dun.
MASH. Huh? Oh, wait, wrong show. My bad.
I've just thought of a thing in my head. Do you know what? I am absolutely the littlest thing that makes my absolute life 10 million times better is laughing. Just, and I don't mean like a like when someone replies ha ha, but their face is like, they don't mean ha ha. Or when someone types lol, but their face is like this, they were not laughing out loud. I mean like a proper belly laugh, when your face scrunches and you snort a little bit by accident, like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
a proper giggle. That is the best thing in the world, and I laugh all the time.
I've noticed,
I
but it's a
like
good thing. Really, you must be
dude,
a very healthy
I
person
love
inside.
it. I'm so sorry. I find everything amusing. Do you know when you was at school and you all had to be quiet and like,
You were that kid.
no, just don't look at me ever, because I will laugh. Like instantly I will just laugh in the most awkward situations. But that, find something funny. And actually, we're so fortunate now that we can watch funny videos of funny things. It takes 2 seconds just to get on your phone or whatever and type. In fact, I have a playlist of funny videos that on my worst days I will go and there's one video that guarantees, and it's so old now, it's quite blurry, but I know it's just brilliant. It's just the best thing.
Well, I think you've said exactly what it chimes with a lot of all of us, I think. But a lot of people, again, might take that for granted, always look
Yeah,
for things to laugh at. Like, laughter is not only
100%.
contagious, but it's healing, positivity.
So is. It so is. I feel I've got the giggles now just
I didn't
thinking
even say
about that
anything. Look
video
at that. I
because
didn't even
I'm
say
thinking
anything.
I'm thinking about just funny things that happen, and I feel giggles in my tummy. Like it's not wind, it's giggles, and then they just have to come out. I embrace that. Love laughing.
My tummy hurts. Let's take a look inside. Oh, it looks like you have a case of the giggles. Yeah, there they are, floating around. Ladies and
release,
gentlemen,
release them.
giggles. Well, you heard it first.
Is that the cheesiest thing? Laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah, try saying that when you're laughing. I love, and it is
Oh, that's
contagious. It is
so
contagious.
corny.
I love it.
That's the cheesiest
Corniness.
thing ever. But it's so true.
I agree, though. I mean, it's funny how we laugh at the dumbest things sometimes, and yet
Mm-hmm.
that just makes you happy enough to get through certain
Yeah.
parts of the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really cool. I think it's awesome how we are created, how we're designed, how a human body is designed. Something like that, laughing.
I know.
And it cheers you up and makes you feel good, and yeah, so
Yeah.
uh it really does matter. So first of all, I just want to thank you, Jess, for sharing and being a part of something that may inspire other people. A lot of good suggestions that you have. I'm going to try to use some of those myself. Go get my Post-it notes.
And laugh at them.
And I will laugh at them. And while I'm writing them. So I'll catch
Thanks.
you. Yeah.
Do I need to say that? Like, what do I need to say now? You just.
Well, let's see. A good ending. Let's see.
I'd like to thank my mum, but not really, and my dad for this opportunity.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Yeah. You you heard it first. Well, we'll catch you around somewhere in the near future, I'm sure.